To understand why so many retirees are finding themselves caught in the Tennessee trap, we first need to look beyond the glossy brochures and idyllic images. Tennessee, with its rolling hills, vibrant music scene, and promise of a lower cost of living, has become a magnet for seniors seeking a peaceful retirement. But beneath that charming facade are hidden truths, what we call the Tennessee lies, that can turn a dream retirement into a financial nightmare. This is not about fear-mongering. It is about equipping you with the unvarnished facts so you can make an informed decision about your golden years. Let's start with the most alluring promise: low taxes. Tennessee boasts no state income tax, which sounds like a dream come true for retirees living on fixed incomes. And it is to a certain extent. However, this often overshadows other significant tax burdens that can quickly erode your savings. Property taxes can, while not as high as in some northern states, still be substantial, especially in desirable areas like Nashville, Knoxville, or the scenic towns around the Great Smoky Mountains. Many people do not realize that property values, and consequently property taxes, have been steadily climbing, often outpacing the fixed incomes of retirees. A home purchased years ago for a reasonable price might now come with a property tax bill that is a shock to the system. Furthermore, sales tax in Tennessee is among the highest in the nation, often reaching close to 10% when state and local taxes are combined. Every purchase, from groceries to a new car, carries this burden. For someone on a fixed budget, these seemingly small expenses add up, quietly chipping away at the perceived tax savings. Beyond taxes, let's talk about the cost of living. While housing might initially appear more affordable than in coastal regions, the reality is more nuanced. The influx of new residents, particularly retirees, has driven up demand and consequently prices. Housing costs in popular retirement communities and cities have seen significant increases in recent years. What was once an affordable haven is rapidly becoming less so. But it is not just housing. Utility costs, especially electricity for air conditioning during the long, hot, and humid summers, can be surprisingly high. Transportation costs can also be a factor. While gas prices might be lower, the reliance on personal vehicles due to limited public transportation in many rural and suburban areas means more wear and tear on your car and higher fuel expenses. Healthcare costs, a major concern for seniors, are also a critical consideration. While Medicare covers a portion, out-of-pocket expenses, supplemental insurance, and prescription drug costs can vary significantly and are often higher than anticipated, especially if you require specialized care that necessitates travel to larger medical centers. Another Tennessee lie, often perpetuated, is the idyllic, slow-paced lifestyle. While many areas do offer a tranquil existence, the reality of rural living can be a stark contrast to the dream. Access to essential services, particularly health care, can be limited in less populated regions. Driving long distances for doctor appointments, specialists, or even well-stocked grocery stores becomes a regular occurrence. Social isolation can also be a challenge. While communities are generally welcoming, forming new social circles in retirement can be difficult, especially if you are moving from an established network. The charm of a small town can quickly wear off if you find yourself without convenient access to amenities, cultural activities, or a robust support system. Furthermore, the infrastructure in some rapidly growing areas struggles to keep pace with the population boom, leading to increased traffic congestion and strain on local resources, which can detract from the quality of life. Let's address the climate. Tennessee experiences all 4 seasons, which draws many people. However, the summers are notoriously hot and humid, with temperatures often soaring into the 90s degrees Fahrenheit, around 32 to 37 degrees Celsius, and high humidity that can make it feel even hotter. For seniors, this can pose significant health risks, including heat stroke and dehydration. Winters, while generally milder than in the north, can still bring freezing temperatures, ice storms, and occasional snowfall, which can make driving dangerous and lead to power outages. The spring and fall are beautiful, but the overall climate might not be suitable for everyone, especially those with medical conditions that are worsened by extreme heat or cold. Then there is the job market for seniors. While many retirees do not plan to work, some find themselves needing or wanting to supplement their income. The job market in Tennessee, particularly for part-time or flexible roles suitable for seniors, can be competitive. Opportunities might be concentrated in specific sectors or urban areas, making it challenging to find suitable employment if you are living in a more rural setting. This can be a significant lie for those who anticipate easily finding a part-time job to cover unexpected expenses or simply to stay active and engaged. Finally, let's talk about community and culture. Tennessee is rich in history and culture, particularly its music heritage. However, the cultural landscape can be quite different from what some retirees are accustomed to, especially if they are moving from more diverse or urban environments. While Southern hospitality is genuine, integrating into established communities can take time. The pace of life, social norms, and local customs might require an adjustment period. It is important to research and visit potential communities extensively to ensure a good cultural fit, rather than relying solely on generalized perceptions. Eleanor's story, like many others, had a simple yet profound resolution. She had moved to Tennessee, drawn by the promise of a peaceful, affordable retirement, only to find herself overwhelmed by unexpected expenses and a sense of isolation. She realized that the lies were not malicious deceptions, but rather overlooked details and assumptions. By understanding the true tax implications, the rising cost of living, and the realities of rural healthcare access, she was able to adjust her expectations and make a more informed plan. She found a community that better suited her needs, closer to specialized medical facilities and with a more active social scene. Her story is not about Tennessee being a bad place. It is about the critical importance of due diligence and understanding the full picture before making such a life-altering move. It is about recognizing that what works for one person might not work for another, and that personal research beyond the marketing is paramount. As we come to the end of today's episode, I want to slow things down for a moment and speak to you directly. If you are over 60, you have lived long enough to know that major life decisions, like where to retire, can feel overwhelming. One day you are told a state is a paradise. The next day you hear horror stories. And somewhere in between, your dream may not be aligning with reality. That can leave you feeling confused, discouraged, or quietly worried that you might make the wrong choice. I want to reassure you, what you are experiencing is not failure. It is feedback. After 60, your priorities shift, and your needs become more specific. That sensitivity can feel frustrating, but it is also a strength. It means you can still respond when you are supported with the right information. Throughout this video, we talked about the Tennessee lies, not to discourage you, but as tools. Tools only work when they are used properly. The problem is not that you have been doing too little research. Often, well-intended perceptions were never adjusted to match the nuanced realities of a new location. What I hope you take from this episode is not fear, but clarity. You do not need more hype. You do not need more glossy brochures. You do not need to chase the next trend. You need thoughtful research, simple comparisons, and the patience to let your personal needs guide your decision. If there is one gentle action I encourage you to take today, it is this. Pause and observe. Look at your own priorities for retirement. Make one small adjustment to your research process. Then give yourself time, days, even weeks, to see how it responds. Finding your ideal retirement spot after 60 is quiet. It is gradual, and it is absolutely possible. Please remember, you are not too old to find your perfect place. You are not behind, and you are not alone in this process. Many of the people I have worked with over the years felt the same uncertainty before they found their ideal home, often through insights far simpler than they expected. Before you leave, I would truly love to hear from you. Tell me where you are watching from and what part of today's conversation spoke to you most. I read your comments carefully, and your experiences help guide the direction of this channel. If you found this episode helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing, and turning on notifications so you do not miss future discussions. Each episode is created with one goal in mind: to help you protect your wealth, your peace of mind, and your independence for as long as possible. Thank you for trusting me with your time today. Take care of your future. Be patient with the changes you make. And remember, aging does not mean losing control. It means learning how to plan for yourself with more wisdom. I am Bill Oxley. Until next time, stay steady, stay informed, and be well.